All right, 1, 2. We got a lot to talk about today. This is Jamil Salib Zamir out of Manning, South Carolina. I wanted to come on late. I wanted to come on late. I repeat, I wanted to come on late in hopes that no one would be on, no one would be watching, because I am honestly just tired of the responses that I get from the broadcast. Very little support, a lot of hate, a lot of discord, a lot of things that that'll kill your spirit if you're not careful. The most difficult job a person has to do, in my opinion, is to deliver a message. It is Ramadan. Happy Ramadan. Ramadan Mubarak to all of those who are participating in the fast. It is Ramadan Mubarak. We will be right back with the commentary in a minute. You won't see what's going on Instagram, but I'm going to play my intro right about now. Thank you. Thank you so very much for tuning in to this month installment of the 19 Report. I am your host, Brother Johnny. I walked a thin line between right and wrong. Took my fears to God, then I wrote this song. The spirit kept calling, so I answered the phone. And then I manned up and got some backbone. My mind resonates at a much higher tone. Solid foundation, empire zone. 3 mountains, I'm in one. Right to left counted, 9 and then 1. Left to right, switch it, 1 and then 9. West to east, south to north, a thin line. I know Christ exists, cause his mercy allows me a chance to stand 3 on a square. Yeah, we in there. This is Brother Johnny of Groove 19 Promotions. Zamir, thanking everybody for tuning into this installment of the 19 Report. We got a lot to talk about today. I didn't write any notes down because I was supposed to be on earlier, but I wasn't able to get on earlier. I had someone else on the show with me. They got me upset. I couldn't do what I had to do. I shouldn't have allowed them to get me upset, but they did. Now I'm on, and we're going to go into a lot of things today because I want to clarify a few things. We are broadcasting on Facebook Live. We're broadcasting on YouTube, my YouTube channel, our YouTube channel, The 19 Report. Please like and subscribe the channel. And we're also broadcasting live on Twitter right now, on Periscope, and we're broadcasting live on Instagram also simultaneously. So I thank everyone for tuning in to this installment of the 19 Report. Today I was talking a lot about scams and PPP loans and other things. And I want to clarify some things right now so we can get a real good understanding of what I'm saying and why I'm saying it. First of all, to all of the felons who are being released from prison, to all of the felons who have been convicted and it's on record that you're a felon and you're having a very difficult time finding a job or finding a decent job or being gainfully employed. This is the season for you all to get your life together. And the reason I say that is because the scamming season is here. And God has promised that what is once at the top will be at the bottom, and what is at the bottom will be at the top. There are thousands of jobs available now. And a lot of the employers are saying, we don't care the background of the employee. We just want to hire reliable people in these positions. So if you really desire to clean your life up, to clean your past up, to make a difference, knowing what we've done in our past and all the harm that we've done, we want to change that now and become law-abiding citizens, taxpayers. This is the time for us to take advantage of the job market. Now, let me explain something really quickly by God's permission. I want to talk slow because I got a lot of things I want to say. And that's why I wanted to come on late, because I don't want anybody disturbing me with crazy behind comments. And, you can look at it later or not. It's the job of the messenger to deliver the message clearly, and that's it. And that's all I want to do by God's permission, deliver the message clearly. If you get a job, if you apply for a job at a convenience store or at a private restaurant, a sole proprietor restaurant, or you apply for a job at Walmart or a place like that, as a felon who couldn't get a job, but now the job market is open because the people who are able to work would rather quit their job, get fired from their job, or find some way to be able to get the money, the monthly money. And that monthly money will not last forever. But while the market is open, you get in and take your opportunity to do something for yourself. I'm talking about those who've been in prison for murder or drugs or whatever it is. If you've paid your debts to society and you desire to clean up your life, this is the point where God has opened the doors for us to get in. Now, once you get into a place like McDonald's or Walmart or a place like that, you find out if they have a 401k program. If they have that type of a program, and you know some people who have extra money, you want to pay into your 401k if that is possible, because in most cases that 401k, and check the information to make sure and post it up on my page. But the 401k will double your money. Whatever you invest in, they match your investment. So initially you come in with $20, you just starting your job, then you up it to 100, you up it to 200, 300, 400, and they're matching that money. Listen to what I'm saying to you now. This is your blessing. You're cleaning up your name. You're cleaning up your credit. You're cleaning up your reputation that you are now a law-abiding citizen. You stack that money, you go and you take out of that 401k in 5 years, you got $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. You purchase land because the land is now available. You purchase your first home, whether it's a mobile home or a brick and mortar home. There are people who are available who will help you. Habitat for Humanity will help you to get your first home. Now you got a home, you got land, and you've proven that you are now a citizens of society that is able to do for yourself and for others. And by the time these scammers get back into the workplace, you will have solidified your position as a law-abiding citizen, owning land, paying your taxes. Okay? So this is the advantage of the people who would rather sit down and try to get free money or PPP loans, never work and want to claim that they have a business and get the money. I am not upset with you all about that. I searched the those who have gotten the PPP loans and SBA loans by zip code. Now, many of the individuals who have done it have gone under a alias or a LLC that they started up like that. Call the IRS, get an EIN number, claim that you are a LLC, and you can start filing to get this money. And that's what people are doing. They're filing to get this money. Now, I have been a legal business in South Carolina for over 30 years. I've applied for the SBA PPP loan twice and was rejected. I am a taxpayer. I just paid my taxes for my business yesterday. But you got people who never had a business, never worked on a business, don't know the first thing about business or business etiquette or anything. They just figured out how to fill out the paperwork and get the loan. I'm not angry with you about that. You're not the only ones. Preachers are doing it. Churches are doing it. Politicians are doing it. All getting LLCs just to get the money. And you may take that money and do something of value with it. So that's on you. But pardon me if I'm a little upset, because I did it. I had to write a business proposal to vocational rehab. When I first injured myself, I had to write a business proposal. They had to look it over, approve it, and there was only a certain amount of money I could get, and I had to work my small business for a certain amount of years, or I had to give the money back and give the equipment back. So I stayed balanced. In that 25 years, I had to pay the IRS back because I filed my taxes incorrectly. I've been through all of that. And then you all come up and you get all of this money rapidly. As quickly as you got it is as quickly as you're going to lose it, because maintaining a business is not as simple as saying I have a business. That's on you, though. But understand the karma that comes behind that. There is karma behind that. So, to those who have gotten a loan, be careful and be wise and use the money wisely. And perhaps the karma that comes along with what you've done will be added to dharma and not karma. So I wanted to say that. But to the felons and the criminals who have gotten out of jail and is finding it very difficult to maintain a job, this is your opportunity to get the jobs that the people are leaving. Continental, all these other places, because they're getting $350 per child, not to mention $400 and something per child in food stamps. So they're lazy. They want to get high. They want to party. They want to throw their money. Let them do that. That's you. But you get in there. All the trouble you've been through trying to get your life back together on track, you get in there and you take the job and you take advantage of investing. You take advantage of your position and work your way up in management and other things, and you prove that you are a benefit to society. And by the time the money runs out for them, you'll be ahead of them. You understand? So I wanted to make that very clear. I'm not angry about what you all are doing. That's on you. It's your time. Enjoy yourself. It's your time. You do it. The next thing I want to talk about is I did a commentary about Lester Reed. He recently took the life of his girlfriend or his wife, and then he took his own life. And I was talking about how I never knew him to be a bad person, that something happened in his mind and in his heart that caused him to do what he did. And God is telling me not to allow him to be looked at, or his fiance or his girlfriend, as bad people. Their life was a sacrifice for those of us who are still here, because since that, there has been at least 5 murder-suicides with black males and their spouses, or black females killing the spouse and then themselves. About 2 weeks ago, I had a vision. In it, I was in a big, I don't know whether it was like an auditorium or whatever, but I had walked up to the counter and the lady was counting out $900 to me. But as she was counting out the money to me and I was walking, I noticed that everyone had somber looks on their face, very sad. But when I walked into the room, they kind of perked up a little, but not in their facial features. But my intuition tapped into their thinking, and they were saying, is he the one? Is he the one? And as I went up to the counter and I was speaking to different people, there were different lines, but everyone was very melancholy. I turned around to the clerk and someone kind of tapped me on my shoulder. And when I looked around, it was Lester Reed. He was very sad, very somber, very melancholy. But he looked at me and he gave me a hug. And when he hugged me, I could feel his pain. And in feeling his pain, I tried to smile and make him feel upbeat, but he looked me straight in my eyes. He didn't say anything. He just looked at me. After this commercial break, I'm going to tell you exactly what he said and what I felt the message was. We'll be right back. And on Instagram, just listen to the music and then we'll come right back.
Tell me like it is, and not like it was. Tell me like it is, and not like it was. Tell me like it is. Tell me like it is. Like it is. Like it is. Tell me like it is. Like it is.
Okay, if you're just coming on, I was talking about the vision that I had with the late Lester Reed. As I said before, I don't have permission to talk about him, but God gave me the vision. I didn't create it. He just gave it to me. So he's hugging me, Lester Reed, and I could feel his pain, his sorrow over what had transpired. But I looked him in his eyes and he grabbed me and he hugged me again. And then I felt his pain as a black male. I felt his pain as a black male. And when he let me go, he handed me a gold, and I mean solid gold Bible keychain. And it was about this thick, not very thick. He opened the first page of it, and in it was some writing. I read the writing, but now I can't remember what the writing said. But he closed the book, gave me the Bible, gave on a keychain, very small. And he walked away. And I took the Bible, and I noticed that my wife was in one of the lines, and I showed it to her. And then the vision, and then it ended just like that, as quickly as it started. So it's been about 2 weeks since that happened. And my God-given name, Jamil Salib Zamir. Salib means, I know I had it written down, but Salib means handsome cross. And in that definition, it says one who interprets the word of God. I didn't give myself that name. That name was given to me. And when Lester Reed gave me the pamphlet, the Golden Bible, very small, very few words in it, it dawned on me. And a few days later, Dale Castro and his and Tanya Thames were having a memorial for their son, Da Shell Powell, Dada, a remembrance event. And at the event, one of my friends, partner, I can't remember his name right now. It'll come to me. But he attended Lester Reed's funeral. At that funeral, the preacher was talking about John Merchant. God, thank you. My mind is very clouded right now. But John Merchant said, I just came from Lester Reed's funeral. I had forgotten the funeral was that day because I was just coming out of the hospital from my blood sugar being up because of the AFib and the situation I have with my heart and the situation I'll have to have an operation on. I'm making a point. John came, him and Warren Dangle came up in the golf cart. He told me, he said, the preacher preached a great sermon. The church is down the bridge next on the left, next to when you're going to Johnson's Fish Shop. He said that the preacher said he was in the laundromat and he saw pictures of B. Lord and Cleve and all these different posters of events going on in the town and how beautiful they were and how they were being promoted. And he said, the preacher said, we are not promoting God like people are promoting the street. We have friends, we have loved ones, males, who are going through the most difficult times of their lives, but they have no one to talk to about it. They have no one to trust and talk to about it. And God told me in that vision with Lester that preachers have become complacent and compliant to the congregation as opposed to being obedient to God's will. So the messages that are being taught to the people are watered down messages to satisfy the people so that they will continue to come to your church, whether it is a church, whether it is a mosque, whether it is an outdoor assembly. We want to say what the people want to hear so that the people don't leave. The time is out for that. You got to say what is necessary to say to wake the people up to the knowledge of the time and what must be done. So what I was saying today about the SBA, the PPP loans, what I was saying about how we're throwing away money because we're making so much money in the drug trade and gambling and all of these different avenues that I don't blame you for. You do what you want to do. As long as it's not affecting myself, my family, or my community, that's on you. You do what you want to do. But there's a consequences to it. And the young are looking at people my age and older as if though we're ignorant, as if though we don't know how to maneuver through life because you all are making money that is not the same way that we made it. So you're being literally blessed by the street, and Allah is allowing it for you to see 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. What are you doing with it? You're throwing it out with strippers. You're doing things that are not beneficial to community. Where are the stores? Where is the what do you call it? Urgent care. Where are the investment firms? Where are the lawyers that are on retainer? Where are the people at least paying someone to teach the community CPR and other survival skills? Where are they? But you'll take that money and you'll throw it out to strippers. And I ain't even mad at the strippers. I ain't mad at the strippers. Some of these strippers are college graduates paying their way through school. But those of you who say that you are for the cause, you about it, you are woke, and you're not taking that money and using that money to find people in the community who you can help with that extra finance that you're just throwing away, when your period of growth is over, you're going to be just like these old heads who were telling you how they were back in the day. This is where we're headed. So when Lester embraced me, I read his mind. He was in a lot of pain. Black men are in a lot of pain. But when we get together, we act as if though I'm good, I'm cool, I don't have a problem. But we do have problems. We got to be afraid of crooked police, not the good ones. And by good ones, I mean those who follow the law. I know a lot of them. They've helped me in my lifetime. Right here in Clarendon County, there are good ones, very good ones that follow the law and do their job. But we got to be on the lookout for the bad ones. We got to be on the lookout in our community against our own people. Nobody loves the black man. Nobody cares about our growth and our safety. And we don't care about ourselves. The lions and wolves are trying to take over the community. They want to open up liquor joints, juke joints. That's what they want to do. And they got the mentality to shoot your house up, to kill you, to threaten your family. They have that because they are a different generation, lions, wolves, possessed by desire. These are the people that Satan is giving access to all of this extra money. Murderers are being allowed to bond out the same night that they kill 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and they get out and kill some more. Wrong is right, right is wrong. This is where we are. Meanwhile, we have intelligent young people who want to make change, who can't seem to get a footing because they don't have the finances to back them up. There is over $1 trillion that goes through the black community in a year. But that money stays in the black community for 7 hours at most when we get it, and it's gone. People like myself, and there are people like me all over the world, we must begin to say what needs to be said, because even though they are rough, thuggish people, Our young boys are sensitive. That's why they're so quick on the trigger, because you can hurt their feelings. Why? Because at home, they were never satisfied in the love department. Mama didn't love them right. She let them do what they wanted to do, but she didn't love them right. Daddy wasn't in the picture. Daddy think if he buy them something, some Michael Kors or a belt or something, he says he's a good dad. But the child is missing the love that is necessary to nurture their mind. So when offered something, the streets or school, they're going to choose the street. I found that a lot of our ministers that we look up to are not only illiterate, but biblically illiterate. So they get their messages off of television. They get their messages off of someone else's message, and it's not strong enough to make the change in the people that is necessary. So Lester Reed embracing me and giving me a book, small, is saying you don't have to keep talking all of this big talk. You don't have to keep talking all of these quotes and all of this extra stuff to wake the people up to the knowledge of the time. You just got to be honest and truthful. So we've got politicians and preachers and ministers who are the new Klansmen, the new killers of black people. The Democratic Party is becoming that because they're becoming numb to anything that doesn't produce finance. Same thing with Black Lives Matter. If it's not financially a growth financially for them, they're not going to address it. So the black community is falling apart. The black community is. White folks have had all the opportunities necessary to succeed in this country. If you're failing, that's on you. But the black community and black people who came here in chains and are still chained in the mind. PPP loans and SBA loans are not going to fix that. But the scam is on. And I want to say this. If people are on Facebook asking you, hey, you know where I can find a nice used car, and you respond to it and they say, call me or give me your number, don't. It's a scam. This is the era of the scam, the century of the scam, the day and time of the scam. And our young people are going to scam and rob and steal and deal and sell until this era ends, and it will. Each individual that commits a crime will have to pay at some point. There's no escaping it. You, me, I'm still paying. So I try to warn people that it's coming. Enjoy yourself. Live your nigga heaven if that's what you want to live. But you would do better to take some of that money and try to fix your situation so when it does come, it won't be as bad as it could be. We have a generation of intelligent young men and women, the 7-year-olds, the 14-year-olds who want to do college, they want to make change in life, but you want to turn them into niggas. Why? Because the young can commit crimes and get a slap on the wrist. You old and you want to stay out of prison, so you put it on these young boys to be your shooters, the young boys to be your robbers, your killers. Blueface of Pretty Ricky was just hit in Atlanta, coming out of a bowling alley on life support, probably going to die because he was advertising all the gold he had on his, white gold, diamonds. The hood, the ghetto is hungry still because everything we get, we destroy. And now it's here in South Carolina. It's like y'all don't even see it. Detroit, Chicago, any place where drugs and the scams are prevalent, within 5 years, it's a dump. And that's what the elite and the whites and even now the elitist blacks, that's what they want. They want your community to go downhill. So the price of the land goes down, the price of the value goes down, and they buy it. They don't make you do it. You just killed 10 people and they let you right back in the hood. It's intentional. This genetically modified marijuana is intentional. This murder music is intentional. It is intentionally putting us into a state of sleep. We are the fallen. We are the shadow people. You can't recognize the devil or identify him because he is us now. So all of the evil that we can do, we're winning. Now, I am not condemning anybody because rich people sell drugs. Governments sell drugs. Governments cheat governments. People cheat people. Ministers are involved. Senators, mayors, all of them on the take. Preachers, all of them on the take. Laws are written in so that the crimes that are being committed by the elite will not be held against them and they won't go to jail. They can sell marijuana legally, but you are still trying to hustle it on the street because you're not learning the bureaucracy, the bureaucratic red tape that can put you in a position to own a dispensary. You just want to stink up your car, and then when the cops pull you over, they'll let you go, but they got you on record, man. There was a shooting in Detroit or Chicago where the 7-year-old girl was killed. First, the rumor was that the people who wanted to kill this man, they found his address on a government website because he applied for the PPP loan. I went on that website today myself and typed in 29102 and found everybody that applied and received SBA loans with your address. Now, the guy that they shot up at the McDonald's or tried to kill put 7 shots into his 7-year-old daughter. She's dead, but he's alive. There is video on the internet where he was urinating on the gravesite of the ops. And as punishment for that, they retaliated by shooting up the car. And I don't really think they knew a baby was in the car, but you're held accountable now. 2 choices. You either turn yourself in or you take your own life because you broke the code. Same thing with the scams that y'all are running. Same things with killing and shooting up innocent people. You're going to pay for that. Consequences. This is where we are in 2021. And Satan is giving you all everything you want. Everything. And he is making you all to think that we didn't try hard enough because you all got hundreds and thousands and we still working 9 to 5. He's separating the string of family, fathers, mothers, and you all are falling for it. You all come to your mother's home, your elderly family member's home and set up shop. Yeah, you do. There's a price to pay for that. It really is. So for all of you who are getting your stimulus money, monthly money for the children, you got 20 children, you're getting $350 for each one. You're going to love them now. You want them to come back home now. If they're under 18 or 19, you want them home because you're making money. You're getting $450 in food stamps. You're going to be selling them soon. But all of that is on record. They are tracking down false applicants for these loans as we speak. There will be a price to pay for that. So I think that's all I wanted to say. I had so much on me. People like my son, Zion, he's 14 years old. He makes videos, he does music, he comes on and he asks for help, donations to his website, donation to his Cash App because he wants to purchase a computer, he wants to do house music and think it's very difficult for him to get $10 or $15. But the girl who put Gorilla Glue in her hair, y'all took care of her. Now there's a girl, and I want someone to verify it for me, but there is a girl on the internet who's saying the IRS is after her because she didn't pay back her SBA or PPP loan, and she's got a GoFundMe set up because she wants y'all to pay her bill, and y'all will pay it because you all love things at a distance. You don't take care of the locals. And everything that is happening in the South has already happened in bigger states. You just don't learn from it. But all the killing that is in your heart, you young boys, all the robbery, all the jukes, all of that, God is sending, they're on their way. People from Chicago, Detroit, New York who can no longer stand the heat, they coming here. They're going to set up shop here. And they're going to answer you. But they're going to kill innocent people like the little 7-year-old girl. Now, I am praying that God will give us the strength, the civilians, to answer you all, to protect our community and answer you. When you pose a question, we want to be able to answer you. And I'm praying this Ramadan that God will allow us to protect the young, to protect the innocent mothers, to protect the innocent fathers who going to work and driving an 18-wheeler to provide for their family and end up getting shot dead by some young, ignorant hooligan, hoodlum. And someone got the nerve to say, free this person, free that person, because you like them, but they're destroying the future. God is going to give you all your blood to drink. So enjoy yourselves. Have fun. Make it rain, because it's going to start raining in a minute. Make it rain. Spend money on foolishness when you could be investing in the future. Think that your children are protected because you got them things that you ain't never had. They're going to turn on you. Your children are going to kill you. The Bible says it. Father against mother. Daughter against mother. Father against son. It's coming. It's here. So, Lester Reed handed me the book, said simplify it. I'm going to simplify it for the ministers right now, and I want y'all to share this. If y'all don't stop pussyfooting with God's knowledge and have people jumping up and down in the church but not telling them and relating this book right here to what's going on now, play with God if you want to. You are no different than the drug dealer and the hustler and the scammer, telling your people what they want to hear. And the Bible says it. I ain't saying it. It said a time will come in Thessalonians when the people will say to us nice things. Don't tell us what God is saying. We don't want to hear that. We hear the drugs, the music, the scams, the robbery, the murder, the desertion, the lack of desire to do, to build, to grow. Those who have gotten the knowledge and turn your back on your people. God didn't put us here in America for us to be continuously treated the way we are treated by others and by our own. They try to put Asians in our place. They try to put gays in our place. They try to put the LGBTQ community in the place of the slave. But ain't none of them ever been beaten or mutilated or raped or murdered for the sake of their skin color. Last trick the devil will play is to make you think he don't exist. When my generation dies off, y'all going to be in a hell of a way. So we are fasting and praying this month. It's Ramadan Mubarak. Answer me in kind. I respectfully say to you, I thank you for listening. I don't think this is all I had to say, but this is all that I can think of right now, by God's permission. Everything that you all do, you're going to answer for it now. Your children are going to go insane. They are already. The drugs are in their system. They're being born with water heads. They're being born slow. They come out of the womb having to take pills to slow down their hyperactivity. These are all punishments, man. Fetal alcohol syndrome, mental illness unaddressed. We're doing our children a disservice, and money is not going to fix it. But you won't believe me. You're going to have to live this. So keep stacking your money. And you seeing these rappers stacking their money but still going to prison, they can't leave the street alone. Nothing gonna change them. Words won't. But we can avoid all of this. To all of the felons, as I said, get the jobs that the people don't want. Build your credit. Build your name. Become a productive member of society. So by the time they are forced to come back to the market, you all have it locked up. You all have done what is necessary. There are jobs available. Get them. They will hire you now. Felons, they will hire you. They are desperate. Thank you all for tuning in. This is Jamil Salib Zamir out of Manning, South Carolina. Please like and share this information. I'll be back very soon, God willing.
Thank you. Thank you so very much for tuning in to this month installment of the 19 Report. I am your host, Brother Johnny. I walked a thin line between right and wrong, took my fears to God, then I wrote this song. The spirit kept calling, so I answered the phone, and then I manned up and got some backbone. My mind resonates at a much higher tone, solid foundation, empire zone. 3 mountains, I'm in one, right to left counted, 9 and then 1, left to right switch it, 1 and then 9, west to east, south to north, a thin line. I know Christ exists, cause his mercy allows me a chance to stand 3 on a square. Yeah, we in there. This is Brother Johnny of Groove 19 Promotions.